Tesla and Fiat have decided to dance, but I believe at the end of it, someone's gonna end up with a broken heart. I'll explain coming up next. Taking over the world, electrifying the world, E4 Electric! Welcome to E4 Electric, your number one source of unbiased electric car news. If this is your first time here, all you have to do is click on that subscribe button so you don't miss anything moving forward. So let's talk about this deal that Fiat and Tesla made. This is specifically for Europe. Okay, as you know, Tesla have sold green credits here in California, where basically, and I'm not really sure why this is even allowed to do, but Tesla's making nothing but electric cars. And then there's a company like Fiat or Ford or whatever that are making almost no electric cars, but by law in a lot of states and now countries and now European Union, and this is what this is all about, you have to have certain number of, so basically you can't pollute atmosphere as much as you used to, so you have to start making electric cars. That's the whole point. But companies are allowed to buy them from other companies. So again, Tesla has too many of them, obviously, because they're only making electric cars, and others can buy them and go to the government and say, see, we have them, we're not polluting as bad, which overall I feel like defeats the purpose. Now, Tesla's revenues have heavily, and even the profits, dependent on those ZEV credits in California. And now, Financial Times are reporting that they've struck the same deal within the European Union with Fiat. Now, as you know, Fiat is only got Fiat Chrysler, right? They only got a couple of things going for them. One of them is a Chrysler minivan. Crap, the name is actually escaping me right now, but it's the one that Wayne was using, and I'm sure you guys will flood the comment section with it. It's just escaping me right now, but that's a plug-in hybrid, and there's another one that's I'm sorry, the Fiat 500e, which looks like a Mini really, but that one is fully electric, but yet not very good on mileage in terms of range. But that's all they got going on. So now Tesla apparently is going to be selling those green credits, to Fiat. So Fiat essentially doesn't really have to make electric cars, at least not basically it's pushing the innovation of electric cars from brands like Fiat much further. Now, Tesla had put out a call for, they did a garage sale. They said, hey, we got all this green credits laying around, if anybody wants them. Nobody actually wanted them until Fiat showed up, and I think the deadline was on March 25th. And reportedly, it is worth hundreds of millions of dollars, which only tells you how badly they need it. But I'm surprised that others haven't taken Tesla up on at least a small portion of it. Okay, now the conversation now needs to shift to, well, I mean, good for Tesla, right? But isn't it defeating the purpose that Tesla has, per what Elon Musk had always said? So let's talk about that. Before that, of course, I want to remind you that this video in this channel is sponsored by Byton. Check out the M-Byte, the all-electric SUV coming to the US and Europe next year, only at $45,000 starting price and $0 to make a reservation. So why not? Go to Byton.com, reserve your Byton today, or you can browse to the description of the video and click on their reservation link so you get yourself in line. All right, I'm a reservation holder as well, and I'm looking forward to that. Okay, so now Tesla's many times, Tesla CEO Elon Musk said many times that, the whole point of or at least one of the main points of him, starting Tesla is to move all of us towards the green energy, the electric car movement, and so forth. But when you sell those credits to companies that essentially now have an excuse not to do that, not to kind of go along with your bigger vision, you yourself are kind of shooting yourself in the foot, isn't that? Now, granted, I'm absolutely for Tesla selling these because they need to make a profit. They're trying to compete with established legacy manufacturers. So don't get me wrong, this is great for them, and it's great that they're taking their money. Like the other, their competition essentially paying them to kick their butts, right? I mean, this is what it is. And that's great for Tesla. But as an advocate for the entire electric car community, this is a bit of a step back there, and I think I'm not blaming Tesla and I'm not blaming Fiat. I'm blaming the laws that are written so that it's even possible, because it's kind of a self-defeating law, right? The law should be pushing everybody towards the green energy, not just kind of like, well, you kids figure it out yourselves. If you want to swap, green credits, that's not a big deal. It really should apply to every single manufacturer. And, Fiat Chrysler is one of the bigger alliances out there. They should be able to, set aside a couple of dollars or euros to get this done. So it is definitely disappointing, but let's break this down into positives and negatives. Now, the positives, of course, is that the law even exists, right? These laws is essentially, besides Tesla, these laws is what's pushing the entire world towards electric cars. And as we know, in China, they've done quite a few of those and regulations and so forth. That all helps. That definitely all helps. So that's positive. Secondly, I feel that Tesla still needs all the help it can get. So if they're continually getting money from their competitors, from other manufacturers to advance forward and to become profitable, in this case Q2, by all means, I'm all for that. Now the negative is, of course, is that overall we're all worse off because if we want to breathe air that's a little bit cleaner and we will want all this tech from other manufacturers, well, this is definitely a bad deal for us. So that's how I'm looking at it, and it's essentially encouraging Fiat not to move forward as aggressively with their cars. And by the way, the Fiat 500e, that's a tiny little car that everybody loves. How hard is it to make it electric? I mean, it's not a big sedan or a big truck to move with this electric power. This is a tiny little car. They should be able to figure this out. I really think they should. And by the way, don't forget about our new VIP list right here. Basically, this is where you can just easily sign up on our website at e4electric.com/VIP, and you'll receive exclusive content and offers and news and so forth. So check that out. And also, I don't want to forget to give a quick shout out to one of my newer Patreons, Sean Frakes. Thank you so much for joining my Patreon community, the only place where you can watch me live. Thank you to all of my Patreons for supporting me. If you want to support this channel and get the perks for doing so, browse to the description of this video. There's a link there, but it's essentially patreon.com/E4electric. All right, guys, I am looking forward to your comments. Other than that, see you next time, and remember to stay charged.